One of our top stories this morning, the effort to reduce personnel costs on the University of Montana campus continues by extending a voluntary severance offer. Paula Short, spokesperson for the university, explains.
Earlier this year, we did a retirement incentive program that was geared towards tenured faculty members, and this time it is for non-faculty, and again, all with the same aim, and that is reducing the number of employees and therefore the percentage of our budget that is spent on personnel here at the university.
With close to 90% of the institution's budget being spent on personnel and benefits, Short says the university has to prioritize programs. President Stearns is overhauling both academic programs and administrative services at the same time.
A good baseline would be about 75%, maybe upwards to 80%. And the university is officially sitting at 89%, but I've been told that we're actually at 90% of our budget being spent on personnel costs. And so unsustainable for our university and certainly not sized commensurate with the number of students that we're currently serving.
The voluntary severance offers will be presented at the University Center Theater with presentations at 11 a.m. and again at noon today. Both sessions will be streamed live by MCAT, Missoula Community Access Television. A Montana man has been sentenced to 30 years of probation for sexually assaulting a girl as part of a plea agreement reached by prosecutors who said the girl is too traumatized to testify at trial. District Judge Elizabeth Best told 36-year-old Jason Faldinsky that he deserved prison time and that she wasn't sure the girl would ever recover. The Great Falls Tribune reports Faldinsky is required to pay for the girl's counseling for the next 10 years. Court records say the assaults occurred while Faldinsky was teaching the girl how to drive and another time when they were playing cards. Prosecutors say the girl's mother learned of the assaults in November of 2016 and contacted police. Yesterday, Montana Attorney General Tim Fox announced the formation of the new Organized Crime Interdiction Team at a press conference in Helena. Flanked by Montana Highway Patrol Commander Colonel Tom Butler and Chief of the Montana Division of Criminal Investigation Brian Lockerbie, Fox described how the team was created.
With funding authorized by the 2017 Montana Legislature, the Montana Department of Justice has formed a new criminal interdiction team. The team consists of 6 troopers with the Montana Highway Patrol, including trained canines, supported by 2 agents with our Division of Criminal Investigation.
Fox said the team has an ambitious goal of going after organized criminal activity wherever it may be found in the state.
The primary goal of this team is to root out organized crime in Montana. This includes crimes such as drug and human trafficking, apprehension of wanted fugitives, and recovery of stolen or illegal firearms. The criminal interdiction team will utilize federal, state, and local criminal intelligence efforts and patrol our highways in search of large-scale criminal activity.
Fox said the team is one aspect of what's called AID Montana. It's the acronym for Addressing the Impact of Drugs Initiative. Authorities say a 61-year-old Wyoming man was killed earlier this month when a tree fell on him in western Montana. The Helena Independent Record reports that records released Tuesday by the Powell County Coroner's Office identified Berwin Conroy of Gillette, Wyoming, as the victim. Conroy was injured October 7th on Ogden Mountain. He died in the ambulance after the incident, the cause of death listed as blunt force trauma. Coroner Lee Jewell declined to comment on the circumstances surrounding that incident. Missoula police took a man into custody Monday after a local hotel reported threats. Missoula Police Public Information Officer Travis Welsh explains.
Paul Stanton, 43 years of age, was arrested for the offense of felony intimidation after he had threatened to blow up a hotel and harm employees there when he was kicked out of the hotel.
Police interviewed Stanton and hotel staff over the issues. Staff said Stanton had been denied a hotel room because of what he had been doing to the walls in his room.
He had been asked to leave the hotel after maid staff discovered that he had smeared feces all over the walls of his room. He was booked in for felony intimidation, which is threatening the harm unless he was granted his room. Also disorderly conduct for smearing the feces around on the walls inside his room, and resisting arrest.
Welsh said no weapons were found. Stanton received the resisting arrest charge because he stiffened his arms and refused restraints while he was being arrested. The efforts to stabilize the remains of an historic Montana dormitory that was severely damaged by an August 31st wildfire are done. The Missoulian reports a 10-person National Park crew was flown from the Sperry Chalet Hotel building yesterday after working for 2 weeks to brace the structure to race against winter conditions. The exterior rock walls of the structure, built in 1914, survived the fire, which completely burned out interior floors and the roof. Outlying buildings, including the kitchen, dining room, and utility cabin, survived the blaze. The Glacier National Park Conservancy covered the cost of stabilization efforts by raising over $111,000 from private donors. The remaining funds will be set aside to pay for work specific to the Sperry Chalet next year. Well, the ballots for Missoula's municipal election for the offices of mayor and city council are going to be mailed out today. Election Supervisor Rebecca Connors said all registered voters in the city will get a ballot.
We're sending out about 45,000 ballots to voters who reside within the boundaries of the city and who have an active status. That means you're engaging with our office, either by communicating with us, making sure your information is up to date, and also as well as voting.
Connors said the mail-in ballots are more convenient and cost-effective than a polling place election.
Once you get that ballot, it is due back by November 7th. That is the election day, by 8 p.m. So you have time to be able to fill out your ballot and return it to us. We always like the ballots to come back early because it helps us with our production. But it'll be interesting to see what the turnout for this election is. We don't have any major, huge levies or bonds, but we do have a mayoral race. So we're expecting that turnout might be between 20 and 25% based off of historical turnout.
And Connors said prior to mail ballot elections, the voter turnout for municipal elections was between 12 and 13%. Our news talk time now is 6:12.
News Talk, KGVO.
Missoula's official weather station.
Mostly cloudy skies today with our high temperatures in the low 60s. Winds will be out of the west-southwest at 5 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, overnight lows will drop into the upper 30s and low 40s. Mostly sunny with highs near 70 Thursday. I'm meteorologist Brooke Foster, KECI 13.